Is it wrong to go check out at a church fill-a-bag sale and hand them just $10 when I know the contents in my bag is going to sell for more? That's just one of a couple questions I have for you. You're not going to hurt my feelings with how you feel. Let's talk about a few of these things. I just got back from a church fill-a-bag sale where it was $5 a bag, and I repackaged. I carried around a blue IKEA bag. I repackaged once I filled it, the contents into two separate grocery bags. Each grocery bag, when you check out, is $5. I went up to pay, and I could tell the woman that I was coming up to wasn't real happy. I gathered that she wasn't real happy maybe with me. So she said, that'll be $15. And I said, oh, I've just got two bags in here. And the woman looked at me and said, well, all right, I'm just kind of tired of all this. You just give me the $10 and you can get out of here. And the man sitting next to her said, oh, well, you have a bigger bag, but you did package them into two smaller bags. So just 10. And I said, no, I don't want anyone to be mad at me. And I handed him a $20 bill, and he said, oh, are you going to be coming back? I said, no, I'm going to be going for the day. Thanks so much. And I walked away. And it left me feeling not very good about the situation. I'm not going to tell you what church it was because I'm only going to promote churches that I think you would feel comfortable going to. Can we talk about the moral points for resellers of going on the last day, filling our bags, and walking away knowing we are going to use what's in those bags as inventory to resell? Is paying the amount they're asking for dishonest? Should you always pay up because you're at a church? I did a church video a couple back, and I was asked, how much did you pay? And it was a goodwill offering at this lovely Anoka church. There is a stigma attached to shopping this way. And I'd like to know what you think. What happens to the things that don't sell? I do go on the last day. I am not buying clothing or shoes or boots. I did buy one pair of shoes. They were wedding shoes. What happens to the items? Are they donated? Are they put in the landfill? Are we doing churches a favor? I do follow a reseller who goes to churches and tells them, we will take all your things at the end, and they do that as a service. I have heard that it's tough on churches to know what to do with items. The items like I buy, the hard goods, the ceramics, the pretties. What happens to those? Should you pay more? Is it wrong to only pay what they're asking? Would the church rather have me pay $10 and walk away with it, or would they rather have me leave it for somebody else? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. The sale was kind of a bust. I'll show you what I got. I only have one or maybe two things I'm kind of excited about, but tell me in the comments. Like I said, you won't hurt my feelings. Is there a stigma attached to people like me going in and going on the last day and finding bargains at a church? So here's what I brought home from today's rummage sale, church rummage sale, and let's go through it together. Interestingly enough, I think this will be the one of just a couple things that might be a good moneymaker, a good flip for me. This brand, Pat Bolt's Dolls, I knew nothing about, but when I researched it, they're very collectible, and this appears to be fabric that you make dresses and costumes for them. So this was sitting in the sewing area, and I think this is one of just a couple of things I picked up that might be a good flip. May do okay with this jewelry box. I said in my last video, I do love selling jewelry boxes, vintage jewelry boxes. And this one with the felt lined definitely looks like something from the 90s. I'm going to clean that one up. I think that one might do well for me. Grab this Topps bubblegum basketball tin sign. This looks to be like a scarf, and just the vintage label is what caught my eye, and it's polyester, but it has acetate in it. And I've sold women's vintage slips with acetate that have done quite well. These little trays were taped together, so I didn't have a chance to really look at them. I just put them in the bag. They're a little scratched up, but they're maybe collectible. When I looked them up, there wasn't much value to them, but I thought those were a cute little find. This was, if I saw right, San Francisco company. This is a music trinket box. That one I think is adorable. But there was no real marking on it, so I need to do a little more research on that cute. And the music box does work, but that's a cute little one. This looks true vintage. A little dip. It has the recipes: plaza dip, confetti dip, and for the crackers and the dip in here. And that one was made in the USA, so I'll take a look at for that. But mine is a little bit worn. And this one I grabbed, I couldn't really read the back of it, but when I see things stamped, you're always wondering if it's, sterling. This one was not, and I would need to clean that one up. Same with this little bud vase. I could see it stamped inside. I did find a sold on this, so I just thought that was a really cute little vase. This little Shack Beanie Baby, he did not appear to be at all valuable. I may just donate him back. And this XOXO purse, vintage, definitely vintage, and there were a couple of them that had sold. This I don't think belongs in this. This says silver plate, so I don't think this really belongs in here. This is let me get it out. This is a porcelain cake server. So I don't think that belongs in there, but I will sell it with that. This is cute. I love these little hinged trinket boxes. These are a great example of where I think resellers absolutely belong in the thrift stores and at the church rummage sales. These, of course, look to be only worn the night of the wedding, and 5.5 medium, and I would sell those for $20. So I'm getting them to, again, I've said this before, a personal shopper. I'm going to get them out to a bride, and the bride can spend $20 on her wedding shoes versus $120 on her wedding shoes. So I thought that was a good pickup. These were not used, mid-century fondue forks, and I've sold fondue forks before. Almost every night, I fall asleep watching Schitt's Creek. I love them. I would sell these two as a set, I believe. I think when I looked them up, they went for about $15 a piece, but boy, oh boy, do I love that show. How retro and cool is this? This is a Singer, these are Singer sewing machine parts. And if I can get this open, is that a foot button holder? I'm not quite sure, but boy, I love that container that it goes with. Singer sewing machine parts. I've sold sewing machine parts before and done well with those, but this one looked to be pretty saturated. It came in pink or green, and there looks to be a lot for sale, and they were selling for just $10 or $15. I liked this just because of, vintage, and it had the maker's mark on the bottom. So when those are still around on the last day, I will grab those just simply, sometimes these are just $10 or $15 flips. I did a little research on this creamer and sugar, which I thought were beautiful. The brand is really good. Mason's Ironstone China, made in England. I didn't see a lot in this pattern, but boy, I did think that was pretty. That was still left on the last day. This Beams pin bottle I thought might be collectible. One sold for, I think, just about $10, but I thought that would make a nice addition to someone who collects Jim Beam's bottles. There were a lot of these drums. and a lot for listed and a lot for sale. This might be a fairly good flip. This is all handmade. And then this cute little red and white polka dot picture. I believe it says made in Germany, Western Germany. So again, European pottery. This one had a little nick right here. So, and here. So that will definitely impact the price. But you know what else would be really cute is that just keep that one and use that one as a little flower vase. I think this one is just adorable. So that's my haul. And it was kind of a bust today, but I love going. I love researching these places. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you about this one because I don't think it was one of the better ones and definitely didn't make me feel welcome. So I will list these fabric pieces, but the rest was kind of a little bit of a wash for me.